Hey y'all, this is an impromptu video, but I really need to pop on and kind of discuss what I've been going through. Um, Not so much for y'all, but maybe more as just documentation for me. It's Friday, so I'm in my green. I just had a beautiful healing session with the Archangel Raphael, which I am super stoked to work with because he is a new angel and guide for me. I had not connected with him personally before, but I had an Akashic Records session, and the facilitator was able to confirm quite a bit of information that I did not tell her, that was very relevant to my spiritual path, questions that I have asked and had received answers for. She was able to basically just give me the same message because my guides are like, we already told you. And it was actually a really wonderful experience. The lady's name was Sarah May, and her page is Healing with Sarah May. But it was so reassuring to know that the messages that I have been getting from the divine and how I have been interpreting them and how I have been feeling is not something that is just all in your head. Because when you are on a spiritual path, an awakening, if you will, an ascension, you do end up doubting yourself, as far as if this could be real, if this could be legit. Is this really what my guardian angel is saying? You will find yourself kind of questioning these things. And I have several people that I follow pretty regularly as far as guidance that they get to pass on. And that is because they have said something or shown me something in the past that resonates with me, that I can feel, that I also see in my own life. And that is why I watch or follow certain people, because messages will come to you directly, but they will also come through other means. For instance, some people will hear a song on the radio and know that it is immediately telling them what they needed to hear, or answering a question they had, whether or not they had spoken that question aloud. For me, my guidance comes in an inner knowing, what is called intuitive and empathic, meaning I feel it in my body. So Archangel Raphael is associated with the color green and the heart chakra. And I always wear green on Fridays because I try to do things from my heart, but also because green is associated with Venus, the goddess of love, and which is also associated with the heart chakra because the heart chakra is green. So I try to embody love in little ways like that, so that I'm reminded to be in my heart center, and I'm reminded to give love and be open to receive love from my heart center. So for Archangel Raphael to be green when I hadn't worked with him in the past, for him to come through somebody else to sense them for me was very nice. And so today I called on him for a healing session because I had an emotional response, a disagreement with somebody who at one time was very close in my life, and who, because of certain circumstances, will remain in my life for a while because we are connected through a child. However, the relationship is not something that can be salvaged as far as love goes. And I'm trying with everything in my being to salvage it as civil adults. And I keep getting met with resistance and miscommunication, and not just because of Mercury retrograde. This is always disrespect. I'm constantly put down, and it is behavior that I have made clear is unacceptable and that I will not tolerate it. And when I put those boundaries up, it continues, because that's not the reaction that is desired. And so something as simple as having coffee and trying to plan a visitation schedule can quickly turn into a heated argument where there's cuss words and anger and resentment. And not this time, but the time before, I didn't feel safe and made it clear that I would like to leave physically. And that was not possible because my exit was blocked and I didn't have my phone. And it really just stirred up a lot of trauma in my body that I have worked on, that I have processed a lot of. But there are still obviously things within my cellular makeup that will respond when certain chemicals are released. And so today I thought it was going to be something quick, something easy, something safe. And I was not feeling threatened in any way physically, but emotionally and mentally, I was degraded. I was put down and accused of things that I wasn't. So I left. And of course, while I'm leaving, I'm being told more ugly things. And it just really got the best of me, and I got frustrated, and I had to get here to my safe space, to my place of calm, so that I could have time to process that. And I decided to call on Archangel Raphael, since I was made aware of his presence and that he wanted to work with me and was available there to work with me and had been working with me that I was not aware of. And so I had a beautiful, quiet, quick, simple session where I lit a candle for him. I put a green heart chakra stone out. I have unakite in my hand that I've been holding in my left hand to receive the energies of this. This stone, I really want to say that one of its properties is strength and speaking your truth. But I'd have to go look it up because I don't remember at the time. I know when I was setting up to do my meditation, I grabbed it because it's green and pink. It's actually a really beautiful stone. And the reason why I grabbed this stone is because when I meditate and close my eyes and I drop into my heart center, I picture it as this beautiful, lush jungle. Very, it's not hot and humid, but it's cool and it's misty and it's serene, and you can hear birds and nature, and there's these giant chunks of rose quartz that serve as like boulders and rocks, and there's a stream, and this stone just reminded me of that heart space. And the first time I envisioned my heart space like that was last week when I had the Akashic record setting, and I really just wanted to bring that feeling back, get back into that space for a meditation with Raphael. So that's what I did. and the way I feel energy. The reason why I got interested in energy work and Reiki and things like that is because when I ended up doing a really intensive focused meditation, I found out that when I connect with other energies or when I feel them around me, I feel them in my hands. My hands get really hot, like not like they're on fire or anything, but it's a warm, glowing heat that I can feel in my hands. And then I will feel it spread up my arms. And luckily today, when I called on this Archangel, he appeared. Now, I don't see angels. I don't get visions like that. When I close my eyes, I can get sparks of color and shadows will move. I can tell there are things moving around, but I don't see his face. I don't see his form. But I can feel it in my hands. I can feel it in my heart. And then I just know that he is there, communicating with me, listening, and helping me through whatever I needed to go through. And the funny thing is, I obviously got very emotional during the meditation and the session with him, because it is my heart that I was asking for healing on. But before I came into my office, after dealing with that circumstance, I had a beautiful moment of clarity where I realized that I didn't come in my office bawling my eyes out, crying, why me? Or why is he like this? I came in my office and I was mad. I was upset that there has been no change or progress. I was upset that I let myself be triggered and made to feel emotions that I didn't want to feel, made to feel all of the negativity that he has for me. I know it's there. I don't like to be reminded of it every time I'm around him. I don't want to feel that. I don't want my son to feel that. And so that's why I keep my distance. But I have had an amazingly beautiful, abundant, prosperous day. Things are working out for me in ways that are more perfect than if I had designed them myself. And I may get emotional thinking about that because I'm so grateful. I'll try to keep the waterworks to a minimum because I know it makes some people uncomfortable, but I'm all emotions. And, I'm learning to really accept that as a strength, because there are some people who can't feel or won't feel. And so I gotcha. You need feelings, I got them. I will do them for all of us. But I've had a beautiful day. I've, received an offer, and it's one of those things where your prayers are working out, and you see it and you feel it, and you just feel so amazed, because the connection of what you've been asking for and what you are receiving, they correlate so strongly that there is no doubt that somebody is hearing your prayers, that somebody is on your side. And I have so many people on my side. And for me to come through that door and be able to shake off the frustration and the anger, and not even shake it off, but turn it into motivation, turn it into persistence in the need to just desire to get something done, to just use all of those emotions that I was feeling for good. Take all that bad shit that was on me, that I had let get inside of me, and turn it into something that would be beautiful, that I could send out into the world. And when I realized that's what I had done, when I realized that I was able to take that, and it wasn't about being upset about him, it was about what am I going to do about it? That happened to me, right? I felt something I didn't want to feel. So what was I going to do? Sit around and mope in it all day? No, fuck no. Because then I'm giving up my power and I'm giving up more of my time and my energy and my just, perspective gets trapped in this space that I don't want to be in. I work very hard to not be in that space. So when I came to that door and it was like, I'm going to fucking do, you know what? That sucked. Fuck that. But I'm going to do this and this and this. I have shit to do. I'm not going to let that weigh me down. In fact, I'm going to use that to motivate me, to give me the energy, to give me the drive to get things done so that things are different, so that things are not the same as they've always been. It was beautiful. And I just was so proud of myself because that's not easy. And that's something that I've worked on for years. And it has been years. And seeing where I am with that and knowing that he could be there too if he was willing to do the work, but he's not. And the reason why I say that is because in the brief time that things got out of hand, he brought up a timeline of 7 years ago. Like, how the fuck are you still holding on to something from 7 years ago? Something that I have apologized for, something that I've thought we were past, I thought we had worked on, that I have personally worked on, and I've asked him to work on. I've offered to help him work on it. And to hear that, it was just like there was no more arguing, there was no more anything. I was not getting through. So to know that, yes, I may have been in that place where I was hanging on to something in the past, to know that I'm not anywhere near that, to know that an instant that just happened is done and out of my system. The next time I see him, I'm not going to be upset at the fact that he put me down. I'm not going to be upset at the fact that he called me names. I'm not going to be upset at the fact that he screamed at me and made rude comments, crude comments to me. It's not going to bother me because I already took that and turned it into something else. So the next time we go, I can be civil. I cannot hold it against him. But as soon as that disrespect starts, I'm going to leave. And then if I have emotions, I'll process them and go. But it's not going to be something that I carry forward with me. And knowing that I have that skill, like knowing that I have not mastered, I'm not going to say mastered because obviously I was triggered and did have an emotional response. But knowing that I have that ability, something I've read about and worked on and put time and energy into, knowing that it is paid off and it is becoming second nature, that I don't even have to think, that my mind automatically goes, okay, well that sucked, do this instead. Like, that's, go me, right? Like, fuck yeah. Like, that's some personal growth. That's something to be proud of. And another thing to be proud of that I don't ever talk about is the fact of the space that I am sitting in. Like, this beautiful, serene environment that I've created for myself is at an office that I rented because I believe in myself and my abilities to create the life I want. For some of you, as long as you've known me, I've talked about having a gift shop. I've talked about opening up a spot and being the one that puts little baggies together of gifts. And now I've turned that into something that it's not just other things that I buy and put gifts together. I make things. I take ideas and I turn them into physical projects that I can give to someone else, and my heart is in it. And I love that. That's how I show love. That's how I share my light. That's how I give energy back to people. And it's who I am. And I'm celebrating that today because this office space was, I was guided to it divinely. As as crazy as that's going to sound to some of y'all, it all worked out. I knew while I was applying that it was going to be mine. And the crazy non-logical part of it is my business, my side hustle, my creations are not something that pay for the rent in this space. Like, I'm not at that level yet. And I knew that going in. And I knew that it was going to be okay, that I was going to make it despite the other bills I have. I knew that if I dedicated this space and I dedicated time and energy into this, that it was going to work out. And I'm proud of myself, like, because this space is beautiful. I gave myself this gift, and the investment that I placed in myself, not just in what I could use the space for to create, but the fact that I gave myself a meditation space, the fact that I made time to go within, the fact that I focused on inner growth and not just financial success, has made all the difference in where I am today. And with the way the world has turned for a lot of people, I don't want to go back to getting up and going to work and doing something I don't like just so I can pay my bills. I don't want to do that. I want to do what I love, and I want to feel complete. I want to feel like I'm helping people. I want to feel like I'm making a difference in this world by the light that I shine, because I don't think like that. I'm not like that. I'll never be like that again. Now, that being said, the offer I received today was one for a different job. And it's another blessing that I was guided to. And the reason why I say that is because I had driven by this building my whole life, never paid attention to what it was. And then about, I don't know, I guess a month ago, I noticed the name of this building, and I was like, never heard of them before. I can tell what they do by what's on the side of the building, but never thought of it, nothing of it. And then I got a notification that they were hiring, and still didn't put it together that it was this place that Spirit had already showed me, and applied for it because I needed some more income because of the child situation. I am needing to provide insurance for my son, get him off of Medicaid, and I've done that. But where I currently work, I'm not going to get enough money to pay for that and still be able to pay for my bills. And because I don't have my movement, my true purpose fully in place right now, I can't rely on that for income, because yes, I make and I sell things, but I'm not rolling in the dough. Like, I pay 100% for all my own supplies. I, do as much clearance shopping as I can to save money on things. So a lot of the things that I make, it's not because I went out and I grabbed it because I loved it and thought it was wonderful. It's because I saw it and it was on sale really cheap, and I was inspired by what I could do with it. And that's how I've been doing my business. And I've had beautiful support, and I thank all of you for that. But in order for me to make moves and take care of my child the way I need to, I've decided to accept this job. And it could not be more amazing. I met the owner and the COO, and it's a very small to medium-sized office. The perks include a massage therapist that comes once a week, and a meditation room, and free healthcare. It's going to be easy office work. The environment feels amazing. And I realized that I didn't want to go back and work for a corporate job and somebody who doesn't care about their employees. And I made it very clear that that's who I was, that I needed to be in an environment where it was somewhere that I could connect with the people I worked with, that I would be valued, that my input would be respected. And this place is all about it. And I was even knowing that this was guided to me, even knowing that I was shown a sign before the job became available, which was a sign from Spirit. I believe that 100%. Even before then, it's not what I was looking for. I would much rather absolutely 100% make it on my own, but I'm not there yet. And the reason why I'm not there yet is because I'm not 100% clear on my purpose. I know I'm supposed to help people, and I have an idea that it is by being a coach, I'm calling it empowerment coach, because that is what I want to instill in people. I want them to feel empowered in their own lives, and that is something that comes very easily to me. But I don't feel that I have all the necessary tools to serve people in the way that I want to serve them. So in order for me to get those tools, there's a training that I would like to complete that will help me get crystal clear on exactly how I will help empower people, who I will help, and how to go about that, as well as, cover all the basics of how much you charge and how many clients to take on, and how all of the things that I don't know about, because it's a totally new field for me. I want to be able to do that, but in order to do that, I need to bring in more money. So I've been asking for blessings, and I've been asking for abundance, and I've been asking for guidance on my path. And everything I do, I ask to stay on my spiritual path. I ask to do and be guided towards work and activities and people and opportunities and places that are in alignment with my soul's mission, because I'm not just here to work a job. And the fact that this position is still going to allow me to have time to be here in the office, have time for myself, get weekends with my son completely. Excuse me. Then it has all these holistic perks. Like, this meditation room is not as zen and peaceful as mine is, but there's so much potential. And even if I only work there a short time, I will contribute to that place with my energy. I will contribute by making that a better meditation room, something people can truly feel relaxed in. Because right now it's got like a wooden table and a seated elliptical, so that you could go in and do some work. But when I think of having a place to just zen out if I'm stressed with my workload, that's not it for me. So if I can add in a space that makes me feel good, I know it's going to make others feel good, because that's one of my gifts. That's one of the ways that I have a strength. I can make people feel amazing. I can uplift their vibration. I can see their energy and raise it. And that's what I want to do. Like, my biggest dream would be to have a giant plot of land that I could turn into this beautiful retreat where people of all walks of life and all spiritualities and religions could come and have a place to feel welcome and have a place to connect to Gaia, to connect to themselves, to connect with others. Like, that's what I want. Like, on the weekends, I don't want to go out bar hopping, and I don't want to go spend money, drinking or seeing a movie or chasing celebrities. Like, what I want is to be out in nature and have some group of people playing some drums while I dance around a fucking bonfire. And I feel that in my soul. Like, that's what I want. That's where I'm at in my life. I want to feel connection to the ground beneath me and the air in my lungs and the stars above me. I want to feel that. And I do feel that. But I want to feel that with others, and I want to give others a space where they can feel that. So, ultimate goal is there, right? And I'm going to get there. Like, I'm going to be that crazy lady that has a plot of land that you can come out and, have your moon rituals or take a bath outside or isolate in a cabin and just think or read or meditate or do yoga or whatever you want to do. As long as it's not harming someone or something else, like, I'm going to be the space for that connection to something greater than yourself. And that's what I want to do. I want to offer people connection greater than just themselves. Yes, yourself, your highest self, but also to know that we're all connected and you can feel more than just you. That's what I want. And I know that I'm on the right path to get there because I am being shown the signs. As I mentioned, taking this job, I'm worried, part of me, that it's going to be like all the other jobs, right? But then when I'm there and I feel it, I'm like, this is something different. This is something that I have manifested by knowing my worth, by knowing what I won't settle for. And I don't know that I could make it a better opportunity for me. Maybe if I worked half-time and got paid full-time. That's the only way it'd be better. But it's pretty legit other than that. But I wasn't sure, right? And since I consider myself to be in the process of ascension, in the process of awakening, I look for signs outside myself, and I have no problem asking for signs. I have no problem seeing what the signs are, which can be difficult because I have always tended to be like, maybe that wasn't a sign. Maybe that's just me thinking it, right? And so I wasn't sure if I wanted. I knew that I needed to take this job to get financially where I want to be faster. But it's also dedicating time and energy to somebody else's business is going to take away from mine. And I didn't know where I stood on that because this space is for my business, for my growth, right? For my development and my movement. So one of the tarot readers that I watch pretty regularly, I listen to her morning message, and she uses a new deck that she was given. Somebody sent it to her. And the deck's been pretty decent. It's not one that I immediately felt drawn to, but the card that she had, one of the cards that she pulled, hold on, let me move my leg. I hope I don't knock y'all down. One of the cards that she pulled said 3, 2, 1 jump, right? And she said it was her card because she was born at 3/21. Well, it's a card she had never pulled before, and it's the first card in that deck. She called it the Fool because the Fool is about taking a leap into a new adventure, right? Wow, that's an omen right there, right? You're going to take a leap into something new. And all the cards that I pull for myself have been saying, we're guiding you. We're here with you. We're guiding you to something different. You're taking a new path. Things are ending the way they were. And I appreciated that. But then I got this inkling to go look at this store, TJ Maxx, which I love anyways, but I wanted to go look at their decks. Something told me to go look at their decks. They recently started carrying decks, and by recently I mean before Christmas, but they have some really great decks that I wanted online that are on my wish list, and they have them cheaper than what I have on my wish list online. And so something told me to go, and I thought, okay, you know, I'm not rolling in the money. I don't need to be spending money on this, especially because I was given a beautiful tarot deck that I have a connection with that is so strong intuitively, not just by the card meanings, but I don't need a new tarot deck because I have one that I'm connected to that is giving me wonderful messages, right? And I have oracle decks that are giving me great messages that I use. But something told me, go to the store, go look. And the thing with shopping for me is it's very much an inspiration because I don't just see a mug. I see a creation. I see how I can improve it. I see how I can offer that. I see what I would do different. And as I mentioned before, I always shop clearance. Like, it's very rare that I buy anything full price. Like, and that's not just being cheap. That's just a thrill for me. Like, I don't see the point in paying, you know, a huge amount of money if I can get it for cheaper and it's going to do the same purpose. But that's probably another video. But I went to look around, and of course I went to the clearance section, and lo and behold, they had the exact deck that she was using that morning, an oracle deck that she pulled from. And I was like, no way. And it was on clearance for $8. And I'm thinking, okay, now Spirit knows I love clearance, and Spirit knows I love decks. But then I turned the deck around, and on the back of the box, it has, as the first card pictured, 3, 2, 1 jump. Now for me, that's a synchronicity. That's too many things lining up too perfectly to just be chance. That is what I was guided to. So I spent the $8 and I got the deck. And this was after I'd had my first interview, but not before I had my second interview where I was offered the job. So when I got back to my office, I opened the deck up. I cleansed the room, I charged it with my energy, and I asked it, what do I need to know? What guidance can you give me going forward? And the messages I got were, there's no wrong path. There's no wrong turn. Taking this job is not going to detract from the fact that I have a mission to fulfill. It's not going to take away from my ability to complete that mission. And the other message was, say yes to your open door. And that was all the guidance I needed to know that when I am offered this job, because I was going to be offered this job, that it was safe to take it. That it didn't mean I was abandoning my mission. It didn't mean I was abandoning my own business. It meant that this was just a detour to get me there. And I knew that already because I knew that I needed a detour to get me there faster. And if you don't believe in signs and a greater source guiding you, then you're going to miss those signs. And you're going to miss that that is something who has your best interest at heart guiding you. But I didn't. And I'm excited because this job is in alignment with who I am right now. it's in alignment with the things that I value. It's going to pay me well. I'm still going to have time for my own business. Like, there are so many good things about it. And getting that confirmation from Spirit, who knew that I was struggling with, yes, you've offered me this opportunity, but is it really the right path? Knowing that they were like, yeah, it is. Made it so easy that when I went to my second interview this morning and they immediately offered me the job, I was excited. I was ecstatic. I knew going in I was going to get the offer. Like, I felt it. This is an alignment. It wasn't going to pass me by because it was for me. And knowing that I'm still going to fulfill my soul's mission, my movement to help others, knowing that I'm still going to get to do that because it is for me, is amazing. And knowing that I'm at this place where I can recognize that is phenomenal. And I just wanted to really celebrate myself for all the accomplishments that I've made, for the emotional growth, for the spiritual growth, now for the financial growth I'm about to experience. My car is about to be paid off. Like, this year is going to be amazing. And the past 2 years for me have been amazing. Regardless of what's going on in the world and what everyone wants you to believe, like, things have been amazing. I've done nothing but grow and prosper and change and learn and expand and connect with people that I don't know, but we're connected on a soul level. Like, they're not in my physical reality, but we connect because of our ideals. We connect because of our missions. We connect because of our past, and we help each other. And that's amazing. But you have to understand that I'm very clear on what feels true and what doesn't. My discernment is very strong, so I can tell when somebody is trying to shove fear down my throat, and I don't take it in. And I want to help other people have that power. I want to help other people feel that way. And I'm on the right path. It's going to happen. And I'm so excited about it. And once I know exactly what I'll be offering, then I will definitely be sharing. And maybe you know somebody who could use my guidance. Maybe you know somebody who has a plot of land that they want to help realize my dream. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Like, yeah. So one other thing. So the 111 portal, right? It was a really amazing day. But I don't know how many of y'all are aware of Tesla and his 369 principles, theories about the universe, about the way our world works. Well, I started a manifesting ritual on that day, and with a group of other people who are also doing it, because we're in a spiritual community together. That is very much for people who feel they are here to change the world, who feel they are here to lead people into how our world is changing, and to be that backbone and that support for them as things change. And I reached out to the group, wanting to know if anybody wanted to do this ritual with me, because the numerology behind it is just amazing. So the way this ritual works is for 3 days, you write down one goal 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times at night. Repeat for 3 days, the same goal. And I started on 1/11/2022 because that's a 3-day, a 6-year, and those together are 9. So the magic for this day, if you believe in it, was just potent, absolutely just astounding, right? I reached out. There are several people who have joined me on this, including the creator of the group, shared it via all of her emails so that other people could join as well. I was stoked because that email got somebody else into her group. So she ended up with a total number 42 members, which is a 6. So that was very synchronous. But me personally, my original goal was that my statement was that I am so grateful for the sales that I made in my Etsy today. And the reason why I chose that is because it's not something that's crazy. It is something that could happen. It's something that has happened without me adding energy to it. And by the end of the first day, I had a sale come in that exact day, just one day of the ritual. And that was a win for me because it showed me how powerful I am. It showed me the intent and focus I put out can come back to me. And that's inspiring to other people. And this isn't something like, oh yeah, but you get a sale every week. Some weeks I do. Some weeks I get more than one sale. But I'm not here full time. I don't do this full time. I don't promote myself full time. So the last sale that I had was before Christmas. I think when I checked, it was November 30th. So the fact that it came in on that day, to me, showed that this energy works, that tapping into this works. And so today we started our next set of manifestations, which is a bigger goal. And this one will be done for 33 days. Same principle. One thing you want to manifest 3 times in the morning, 6 in the afternoon, 9 at night. And it's the first day of that, and I chose something big, and it took me a while to pick it because it had to be something that I could feel excitement for, that I could believe that could happen, but that was currently out of my reach. This is something that is going to take blessings from the universe, blessings from my guides, however you want to look at it. I am going to rely on the fact that because I believe it can happen and because I know I'm so supported, that it's coming to me. Now, if it'll come to me in these 33 days, I don't know, but it could come tomorrow. It could come in 50 days. It could come next year. I believe that it'll come. I believe that it will be very divine. I believe it'll be divine timing. I believe that when I get it, I'm going to be so grateful and so excited and so thankful and so empowered at the fact that I created it, that I manifested it into reality. So that's how my mind works. That's how my life works. That's how my system is set up. And if you made it to the end of this video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. This channel has kind of been without a strong intent. I felt very pushed to create the channel. And originally it was because I was wanting to give readings, that I wanted to give channeled guidance, because even though I watch other people, I am very much a channel for the divine. I get messages for myself and I get messages for others, and I want a way to share those with everyone, to give hope and to give guidance on anyone that may be awakening, that may be on their own spiritual path but have questions, or not quite sure how synchronicities work, or if you should believe it's a sign. I'm here to, I think, what I'm going to use this channel for is to share my experiences, share the guidance I receive, how it all ties together, share my synchronicities so that you feel uplifted, so that you feel inspired by the ones that you see in your own life. I think that's how this channel is going to change focus. I am definitely going to sit with it and see how Spirit would best like to use my skills, and hopefully I'll be making a lot more videos soon. I hope that the new setup is pleasing to your eyes. I love it because of the green and the pink, and you can't quite tell, but that's the moon phases behind me. I know this is kind of up close, but I also got a ring light, so that way hopefully the lighting is better because the fluorescents are kind of right. So anyways, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you heard something that resonated with you. And if you did, I hope that we stay in touch and that I am able to help you on your path in any way that you need. And if that's the case, I know you'll be guided back to me. So much love. Talk to y'all later. Bye.